Hello everyone, it's Jashandeep here. Well, I've always preached that coming to UK is one of the best options as UK has got world's top ranking universities. But when I had a look at your comments, I realized that in order to achieve this very big milestone, you've got these two very important chunks attached. Number first being paying the tuition fee and number second being paying the living expenses. And then I realized that this is a right time to give you a reality check of the current situation of UK, and I want this video to be acting as a sign of awareness where I want to present a case study of a student who has recently come here in September 2020 intake. I want to take out some of the learnings from this case study and also want to advise few of the key bits from this. And at last I have made some of the recommendations for the future students who are aspiring to come right here in UK. As usual, there will be timestamps attached to skip around. So with this, let's straight away get started. This is a real story of an Indian student who came right here in UK in September 2020 intake. Basically, he belonged to the middle class family background in which most of the students who came in UK belong to, and he has similar two goals: paying his own tuition fee and paying his own living expenses. Ultimately, what he wanted to achieve was to lift off any extra burden which his parents have. So he applied for a university right here in UK and he came in September 2020 intake. But before that, these are the two things which I want to discuss. Number first being the scholarship. So on the university website, he got one scholarship which mentioned that he will be getting £2,000 to £5,000 worth of scholarship, and this scholarship was applicable for the initial 50 applicants in that particular department, and it was Department of Science for that particular university. And anyone who will be in this initial 50 applicants, they will be automatically registered to get the scholarship. So he was in kind of thinking that he will be achieving and getting this scholarship. However, until the visa came, there wasn't any confirmation from the university that whether he has been successful or not. And in the same kind of a thinking that he will be getting a scholarship, he came right here in UK university which he applied to. So when he came here, he contacted the right person who will be guiding him to give the decision. So once he contacted them, they refused that you have been unsuccessful in your application. So the reason for that being that he wasn't in the initial 50 applicants. So now once he came here, it was a coronavirus situation, it is still going on, and he tried to also apply for the part-time jobs which were available in that particular area. And what he did was basically apply it through online portals such as Indeed. So there are many job applications such as for grocery store, for example Marks and Spencer, LD. So he started applying for all of these particular part-time jobs which were available, and till now, till date, he has been unsuccessful in all of these applications. So basically the big milestone which he had, which was studying right here in UK in a UK university, and in order to achieve that, the financial independency which he required has somewhere been stuck, and which has been leading to a stress in his own brain. Otherwise, if he had got a scholarship, his 1 year fee is £20,000. So let's say even if he got £2,000, his fees would have been reduced to £18,000, and if he had got this part-time jobs and everything, he could pay at least his living expenses. But these were the problems, these are the things which he had. Now I'll be talking about and advising few of the things in order to overcome this. So now the good thing about the student is that he isn't like stuck down thinking about that he is being unsuccessful in applying for this part-time jobs. He has actually bounced back, and this is one of the key chunk which I want to put forward, that please make sure whenever you're coming in UK, there will be very uncertain situations, but always remember to bounce back. Now my advices are that the very first reality check which I want to give you is in terms of applying for online job application. Let's say if you're applying online for a grocery store, let's say it is LD as an example. So in order to get a job in LD, it isn't just you have to give them a CV and you get a job. No, it isn't like that. It involves certain application stages. The very first application stage involves you to fill an application form where you will be attaching your CV and your cover letter. Once you're successful, then there will be a questionnaire which will be your personality related questions you will be answering. Then thirdly, there will be questions related to your situational judgmental test, where you will be put into a certain situation related to your jobs, and there will be 4 different options and you have to arrange them in order that first being the most likely, the step which you will be doing for that particular situation, and number fourth option being the least likely which you will be doing. So once you are successful in these three initial application stages, then you will be finally called for an interview. Now interview isn't a guarantee that you will be getting that job finally. So overall, the point I want to highlight is that this application process is really tedious, and there will be a lots of applicants who will be applying for, especially in this coronavirus situation. So my recommendation for you guys would be that instead of applying for online applications, do that as well. The very first step should be looking for a job in local restaurants, local grocery stores. It can be your local community stores which are available there. So once you've got a successful job in there, then side by side do your online application as well. But otherwise, if you just rely on your online application for this jobs which are available, it will be quite tedious and a long process. So now in order to get the job in your local community, I can give you certain advice in that case as well. So there are certain Facebook groups which have been created. In few of them I am personally a member of. They are like Indian students in UK, international students in UK. Please join them. There are a lot of advertisements which the local people put in that we require certain amount of numbers of for students which we want to work in certain location, in certain grocery store as an example. So it is really good that back in India 2 months prior, anyone who is coming for January intake, please be actively engaged. Please try to reach out to the people and make your connections, so that back in India itself you can secure a job for yourself, so and you can have a kickstart. The second learning which I want to present is in terms of the scholarship which that student applied to. Now in the scholarship which he applied to, it was clearly mentioned that the initial 50 applicants will be automatically eligible in order to get the scholarship. And this student, when he came right in UK, when I had a conversation with him, he informed me that I think that he has been late in terms of applying to that course. Now here is a point, here is advice I want to give is, please be critical thinker. Now ask yourself this question. For example, if this mentioned that the initial 50 applicants will be getting the scholarship, ask yourself, have you been applying for that scholarship in the initial period itself for that particular intake? If the answer for that is yes, then be confident enough to come right here in UK university and you will essentially get the scholarship. Otherwise, if the answer for that question is no, then take a step back and then apply for another intake if you don't have that much amount of finances. So this will be a little bit of my advice on the take for the scholarship, and this is a learning which we all should take. Now moving on, I want to make some of the recommendations for the future students as well. Now there was a recent news which I was reading on BBC News. You can see a tagline here as well, that about 600,000 jobs in the hospitality sector has been lost right here in UK. That means that there is a very lack in demand or in hospitality sector, and hospitality sector, restaurants, pub is one of the sector where most of the students get employment in terms of their part-time jobs. So make sure, keep this clear crystal in your mind that there will be bit of a delay for you in order to get a job right here in UK when you came in January. But the positive signal is that I was reading that Pfizer company has found a vaccine which is in phase 3 of their trial. So basically it has cleared the phase 3 trial. It has shown 90% of effectiveness. So now this vaccine has moved to phase 4 of the trials. So once this is successful, it will be all out in the market, and I really hope that the situation will be start getting normal in the month of February and March, and I think that is a time when there will be loads of job opportunities again reviving. However, in the current situation, we are in the lockdown right here in UK. So the lockdown is towards the initial period of December. The basic principle which I actually think why the UK government has done is so that the people can be enjoying Christmas more vibrantly. However, I can't be really sure that in terms of in the month of January will there be a lockdown or not. However, I can make a conjecture thinking very much optimistically that there won't be any lockdown in the month of January. And given that there is a possibility that the vaccine has been found out and the job opportunities will again revive. So I think this is kind of a positive signal which I'm hearing from the news, and I really hope the best for any aspiring students who are planning to come right here in UK. But please make sure be having this thing in your mind that there will be bit of a delay in terms of getting your part-time jobs due to the current situation, because even in the UK lots of people have been losing their jobs. As I said, 600,000 people have lost it. So be prepared mentally in terms of your finances. And two things which I can advise: make sure when you come right here in UK have at least £1,000 with you in the beginning, and for the 1 year please make sure that you've got your finances sorted. So I really hope that you got insights into the current situation of UK. Consider subscribing the channel if you want such regular updates, and thanks for watching.